a specimen in a petri dish, really, since I was 16 or 17, you know? So I have heard it all. I've heard every version of it, of what's wrong with me.
Before she became one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, Ariana Grande was just a girl with big dreams, a powerhouse voice, and a massive industry roadblock standing in her way. So how did a quirky red-headed Nickelodeon actress, who was barely taken seriously, go on to dominate the music industry, break records, and build an empire? The answer isn't just talent. It took rebellion, reinvention, and a fight against an industry that tried to control her.
I just wanted to address your concerns about my body and talk a little bit about what it means to be paid such close attention to. You never know what someone is going through. You never know. So be gentle with each other.
Ariana's love for music started way before Nickelodeon. As a kid growing up in Boca Raton, Florida, she wasn't just singing in a bedroom, she was preparing for the stage. At just 15, she landed her first big break. A role in the Broadway musical 13, the first production to ever feature an all-teen cast. Critics took notice, but there was just one problem. Broadway didn't make pop stars, and Ariana, she wanted more. People might not see your full potential right away. Don't wait for their approval. Go after what you truly want.
It's a lot of pressure. Does that get to you?
No, I think I've gotten fairly used to it. I've found a really good balance in my life. I keep my friends and my loved ones very close by me.
Enter Victorious, Ariana's ticket to mainstream fame. The show debuted in 2010, starring Victoria Justice, but for many fans it wasn't the lead actress who stole the spotlight. It was Ariana, playing the bubbly and lovable cat Valentine. But behind the scenes, Ariana was struggling. The network saw her just as a quirky side character, not a potential star. Worse, she was forced to keep up a look that would later become a personal nightmare. That signature red hair? Yeah, it wasn't a choice. Nickelodeon demanded that she keep it dyed for years, so much that it permanently damaged her hair. Sometimes people will try to define who you are based on what works best for them, not you. If you don't push back, you'll get stuck playing a role that doesn't reflect who you really are.
When you were a kid, did your mom come to all your performances and see you in everything?
Yeah, I have a very, very supportive family. I'm so grateful, but yeah, there wasn't anything she missed.
Ariana had finally broken free from Nickelodeon, but her fight was far from over. The music industry didn't believe in her, critics dismissed her as a Mariah Carey clone, and pop labels wanted to mold her into something she wasn't. Her debut album Yours truly proved that she had the talent, but the industry still had doubts, and those Mariah Carey comparisons, they weren't stopping. Instead of fighting the comparisons, Ariana did something brilliant. She evolved. If people underestimate you, don't argue, show them. Adapt, improve, and keep moving forward until they can't ignore your success.
Yeah, I feel like everyone, no matter how old you are, what line of work you're in, everybody feels so much pressure to be, better or work harder on themselves or work out more or the struggle.
By 2016, Ariana was done playing by the industry rules. She released Dangerous Woman, an album that fully redefined her career. This wasn't just the same girl from Nickelodeon. This was confidence, power, and control. And for the first time, the industry had no choice but to listen. Stop waiting for permission to evolve. If people won't give you the respect you deserve, take it. May 22nd, 2017. Ariana was performing in Manchester, England. It was supposed to be just another magical night on her sold-out tour. But then, tragedy struck. Ariana was devastated. She blamed herself, but instead of disappearing, she turned her pain into action. No matter how hard life hits you, you have the power to turn your pain into something meaningful. Use it to lift others up. Ariana had already survived one tragedy. Then in 2018, she lost her ex-boyfriend and close friend Mark Miller. Just weeks later, her engagement to Pete Davidson ended. Most people would have broken under that weight, but Ariana, she turned it into music. Life will knock you down, but as long as you keep rising, you are unstoppable.
Or like what type of body is in or out, or like, oh, like, you know, you see it on the cover of all these magazines. It's like Kim Kardashian gained weight. I'm like, she's pregnant. Good. Like.
So definitely Ariana Grande is an icon of reinvention, power, and artistic mastery. She's building an empire across music, television, and now in Hollywood. But behind the flawless performances and record-breaking success lies an untold cost. What happens when an artist reaches the pinnacle of their career, only to realize the demands are unsustainable? What if the very industry that built you is also breaking you? Over the past few years, Ariana Grande continues to battle with industry pressures, the toll of relentless perfectionism, and the big question whether artists can ever escape the cycle of overwork and scrutiny.
Commenting on that I think is really dangerous.
It's absolutely appalling. What kind of a person must they be to do something like that?
Grande's rise to fame seems effortless, but industry insiders paint a different picture. Wicked has become the highest grossing Broadway adaptation ever, and with it came a marketing push so intense sources said it left Ariana physically and mentally drained. One former colleague revealed, "You don't even know when to eat or sleep. Your body isn't built for this level of demand, and yet for a modern superstar, stepping back isn't an option, especially when the industry sees you as a brand first and an artist second."
Part of me wants to be like, oh my God, that's not, you know, part of me wants to be like, no, but that didn't happen and blah, 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 you know, but I can't do that all the time, so I just completely stop.
When fans speculated about her health, Ariana did something rare for the major artist. She spoke out. She revealed that her so-called healthiest look was actually one of her lowest points, proving that public's perception of artists is often disconnected from reality. But this scrutiny isn't new. From Britney Spears to Taylor Swift, history has shown that female artists are constantly judged, repackaged, and reinvented for public consumption. The question is how much of this reinvention is within their control. Grande has faced personal tragedies, most notably the loss of Mac Miller, which insiders say still weighs heavily on her. Some believe her relentless work schedule is a coping mechanism, a way to avoid confronting her grief. But is this a personal choice or the industry demand for constant output? Ariana has evolved at every stage of her career, proving that she can survive the industry's brutal cycles. But at what cost? Ariana Grande stands at crossroads. With an Oscar nomination and industry dominance, will she continue pushing forward at all costs? Or will she rewrite the scripts on how artists maintain control over their lives?
And all that stuff?
Yeah, my mom called instantly, and then my best friends Aaron and Doug called, and my team called, and then like my therapist, and then even my like gynecologist.
However, she has access to top physical and mental experts who are able to help in case the pressure becomes too much. She's not dying, but she is understandably struggling amidst the increased scrutiny that comes from showbiz. If history has taught us anything, it's that the industry rewards those who outlast it. The real question is who's in control, the artist or the machine? Let us know in the comments, can today's artist truly break free from the pressures of fame? Ariana Grande didn't just survive, she reinvented herself again and again. And today she stands as one of the most influential artists of our time. Which of these lessons hit home to you? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Because, trust me, this is just the beginning.